The ASAP CAD package comes with the SOLIDWORKS 3D parts modeling engine, but ASAP itself is compatible with files from any number of CAD programs. For example, I'm going to open up the program Rhinoceros and demonstrate how to take a CAD file from a CAD program and bring it over into ASAP. And in particular, what I'll do now is design a faceted reflector like I might use for an illumination application, export it, and then bring it over into ASAP. So let's start with a parabola. And let's start with putting my focus position and my direction. And then let's draw the parabola. Because I'm going to revolve this surface, I'm only going to draw half of the parabola. Now what I need to do is zoom out. Okay. And I'm going to take this parabola and I'm going to break it into segments, and I'm going to do that using the divide command. And I'm going to select the curve I want to divide, and let's break it into 9 segments. Okay, and as you see, I now have the points that are dividing the my curve. And I can actually now delete my curve, and now I'm going to draw a polyline that connects those points, and I'm going to put the point snap on just to make sure I stay here. Okay, so now I've got my parabola. Now the other thing I need to do is to define the end of my parabola, the output face if you will, and I also want to facet that. So to do that, I need to draw a circular extent to my parabola. First, what I want to do is zoom out a little bit so I can position it better. And since this is drawn in the ZY plane, I'm going to put the circle over here in my ZX plane. The circle doesn't have to be exact, but remember I did only draw half the parabola, so we'll need to make this the center and large enough to cover the full extent. Here's my circle, and if I want I can move it out here, but again I need to do the same thing. I want to take this curve and I need to divide it, and again using the divide command, since I've already selected it, I need to just say which seams. I'm just going to accept the default, and in this particular case let's make 16 segments. And again we can delete the curve and just create a polyline. Okay, so now what we've got are the 2 lines that define our parabola, and now what we want to do is do a revolve to create the solid object. So I'm going to come under Surface and Rail Revolve. I need to first select my profile curve, then select my rail curve, and now to select the axis, and I'm going to select my y-axis, and now I have my surface. What I can now do is select the surface and File, Export Selected, and I'm going to choose to export this as an IGES file. So let's go to IGES and let's store it in my current working directory in ASAP, and let's call this Parabola. And just click on Save. And in particular, Rhinoceros gives me many IGES options, and I will select the Breault Research's ASAP. And I now have a file that is in ASAP format. So if I were to go back into ASAP and do a file and then open and look for IGES files, it's going to go to my working directory, select the parabola.igis file, and allow me to open it. And we won't go through the full process here. And as we can see, we have our parabola, and let's make it a color we can all see. So how about red? And Here's the file in ASAP format. If I run this file and now take a look at it, I now have my faceted parabola in ASAP, and I can now enter my light source, add any surface roughness or other properties, or perform the analysis I need on this particular design.